Bro, I just noticed. I might put on screen right here, right? So boom, check it out. PS6 has a scheduled release time now, right? It's not even like something that's just like an idea anymore or a concept. According to this article that I seen on Google, I'm not sure how accurate it is. I ain't do my science on it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it like that. Zine. I ain't do my research on it like that, but I just peeped how they want to have the PS6 out in a few years. And I was just thinking, I'm like, well, shit. We barely got any games for PS5. Like, when I had it, there was you know what I'm saying? The catalog for a PS5 is not as big of a catalog as the previous console, let alone the console before that. Let alone the console that kicked it off, for real. Like, for me, I'm gonna give out some math. This is what I asked AI. I was like, how many PlayStation 2 exclusive games, not including remakes, so PlayStation original games, how many came out for that PlayStation 2? Nigga, that shit said almost 2,000, 1,800 to be exact. I was like, damn. I was like, damn though, 1,800. Like, I know there was a lot of games, but I know there was also a lot I didn't play. But yeah, 1,800 for the PlayStation 2 is impressive. So I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Then I did the same thing for PS3. It goes from 1,800 to 90. That is a big drop. That is a big drop. And I'm not saying anything, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to PlayStation 2. Shout out to PlayStation 2, you know what I'm saying? What it do, because, you know, that's how I really got into gaming. Like I said, like I started playing Call of Duty on that shit. What else? I started playing a lot of games on the PlayStation 2. Sonic, nah, that's like one I can remember. I need to get these shits out the way. What the fuck? Yeah, I had a lot of memories with the PlayStation 2, so like I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hate even the PS3. Not so much. Like I was more of the Xbox kind of person because it was cheaper at the time. But you know, they got some good hits though. You know what I'm saying? I heard God of War. Like I ain't really understand the exclusive shit until I got a little older. You know, God of War, PlayStation exclusive. What else? Other shit, PlayStation exclusive. Even having like, you know, online playability for free. That's what made PlayStation a little bit more appealing. But to drop from 1,800 though, get back on subject. To drop from 1,800, 1,800 games to just 90, a little under 100. It's kind of crazy, but it's still not bad. All right, so walk with me though, cause I kind of spent some time on that. So PlayStation 3, 90. And then we got, damn, PlayStation 4, 60. 65, right? 60, 65, something like that. It's crazy. I think it was 60 though. That's what I read. I'm gonna just have it on screen for y'all, just so I can, like, you know what I'm saying, have it to back me up. But that's also a good drop from PlayStation 3 having 90 original game titles, and then, you know, PlayStation 4 going down to 60. Now I don't know if niggas run out of ideas, because you're supposed to get a console to be able to have like games with more development, more intricate details, graphics. I don't know, nigga. Like whatever the fuck y'all be looking for in newer modern video games. It used to be just like graphics and gameplay, realism and shit like that. At least for like Call of Duty type titles. I'm not really sure what niggas look for nowadays. But a lot of it seems to be based around self-expression. Hence, like, you know, Call of Duty going the way it's going. This game being the way it's being. Like a lot of people who originally played Skate don't like this game because it feels like it's made for like Fortnite niggas, and it does look like Fortnite. It looks like Fortnite with skateboards, you know what I mean? But yeah, back on subject. PlayStation 4 only has 60 original game titles. So now we're going to PlayStation 5, the console that just came out like 5 years ago, right? So they ain't even give this shit enough time to breathe. This shit hasn't even like really fleshed out what it could really be yet, and they're already making another console, which is whoa, watch out. They haven't even fleshed out the maximum capability of this console, and they're already making another one. So PlayStation 5, 25 games. The PlayStation 5 has 25 original game titles, not including remakes. Isn't that crazy? That is less than half of the PlayStation 4. And so you see the pattern. Hopefully, I'm gonna make you see the pattern, nigga. They've been decreasing the amount of games that you can get with each console. Like, but the PlayStation 2, for example, right? I don't even count the PS1 because like, what the fuck? What you playing? 8-bit Mario, nigga? I'm not including that. Like PS2, where I have most memories on playing Spider-Man games, nigga, Batman games, everything was on PlayStation 2. You could have a whole. If you had every game that was made for PS2, you'd be satisfied for life. I'm pretty damn sure. Maybe not the graphics wise, no. Gameplay, yes. Because like I said in a previous video, I forgot what it was titled. Games had to hit the shelves complete. It was like one of my Sparking Zero videos. Whenever games were made back in the day, you had to make sure that bitch was done whenever you put it on the shelf. Because if you nigga, there were no such thing as updates, patches. Nigga, if that game hit the shelves and it was ass, no, nigga, your reputation is done as a company, as just a brand. You know what I'm saying? Versus now, kind of like what they're doing with this game. To be honest, it's early access. They're doing what I feel like a lot of companies do. We're the beta testers. Whenever a game comes out, whenever it first comes out, the niggas who pre-order, now y'all are getting fucked. You just signed up to be a beta tester. You paid extra to beta test. Because a lot of the time, the game isn't even complete. Because you get DLCs. Like, I got my introduction to DLCs, nigga. My introduction to that shit was in Call of Duty. Whenever they hit you with at least 4 DLC packs. So you're paying probably a total of $100 for a game. If you include the $60 you pay for the original disc that's just bare bones. And then they hit your ass with like $15 or $20 DLC packs. So that's like I said, $100, nigga. At least now it's gone up because games are more expensive. But you get what I'm going here, right? Like, we're paying more for less. We're paying more for less because a lot of the times, like in those older consoles, the games are more fleshed out. It seems like the more advanced the consoles get, the less content you actually get. You know what I'm saying? Like with each console, it's just like, yeah, it looks better. Yeah, this, you can say like all these things optically, gameplay wise. It's just the variety is not there anymore, and niggas get bored of playing the same games. But I mean, then again, you're buying the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Madden, how many Maddens can you make? How many NBA 2Ks can you fucking make, man? Hold up, let me get off my board for this. I was really gonna try to hit this shit. How many of the same titles you gonna make before you really like just flesh that shit out? Goddamn. Like, real talk. Like that's a genuine question. That's not even rhetorical. Somebody put that shit in the comments, nigga. In my tweet, cause now they're gonna make a PS6 and that shit gonna have 3 games, nigga. At the rate we going from 1,800 to fucking 25 for the whole consoles in this whole lifespan, nigga. But fuck that, cause I know the PS5 technically still just came out. You know what I'm saying? Like it really just came out, but like it doesn't make any sense for example, right? Like the console that came after the PS2, so it goes from 1,800 to fucking less than 100. You know what I'm saying? Like we're almost to 2,000 with the older console that just came out after the PS1 to getting barely 100. You know what I'm saying? And then it just goes down from there. And I'm not saying it like to complain, like, cause it's not like the quality of games get worse. Now with some you can say that. And there's some niggas who actually like Battle of Z. I think I still had an Xbox at the time. I forgot what kind. I think it was Xbox One. It had to be. Playing shit like Battle of Z, for example, fucking ass. Don't know if you ever played it. Don't. I just saved you money. Ultimate Tenkaichi. These niggas selling brands, selling ideas, and then like you get the gameplay. This is supposed to be more peak than the PlayStation days, and it seems like the PlayStation days still rival, if not dwarf, what we get now. Once it hits the shelf and it's not right back in the day, yeah, bro, you can kiss your money goodbye. You know what I'm saying? You can kiss your money goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Take that shit to Dubai. But, you know, I kind of want to keep it on the topic of the consoles, though. Because it's like, these consoles are getting stronger to give us less. Ooh. I rest my case. Because that's a pattern, nigga. Like, you can't just ignore that. You know, you can't be like, oh, well, maybe they're going to just turn it around. If they haven't. If every new console's getting less games, how many is the PS6 about to get? That's a valid question. At the next conference, somebody gotta ask these niggas that. How much that shit gonna cost? 800? 800 for 10 games. We went from 1,800 to 25, Nick. 25. That's like one game every day for 1 month. Versus the PlayStation 2, a new game to play every day for about 5 fucking years. That is insane.